Ow! Damn you, bozo!
It is dim. See?
Ow, my eyes! Greetings, wicked peoples. Fishy 22.8 here, and I wanted to do something a little bit special for my favorite Transformers series. Armada is what solidified my love of Transformers and voiceover. Now, before we begin, I wanted to point out there's a few paint applications that are custom on this figure. I've painted the silver on the bumper, the running lights, and I put panel liner on the smokestacks and grill.
Inside the box, you have Optimus Prime and his trailer, instructions, and an ion cannon. Out of the box, you have a big, beefy, armored truck, and it rolls very well. For a semi-truck from Hasbro, he has a wide range of maneuverability. He has a fifth wheel connection for the trailer. And when you don't want the trailer to be attached, you can fold down these pylons on both sides. And they will act as the trailer supports so he can drive off. Some quick comparisons. Legacy Evolution Armada Universe Megatron. Legacy Evolution Hotshot. And probably the second greatest figure out of this entire line, Legacy Armada Starscream. Focusing on the trailer itself, doesn't have a whole lot of color going on other than blue and gray with a few gold accents and a little bit of red thrown in. The tracks are a static piece with wheels underneath to allow it to roll. Big peg to fit back into the truck. 5mm port on both of these containers. 3 5mm ports on the top of the trailer. Here, here, and here. And all three of them are compatible with any 5mm port weapon. Not a whole lot of detail on the back of the trailer other than these gold accents and unpainted tail lights. Blasters and rockets and big cannons in the front of the trailer. And 2 pylons to let the trailer stand. The core truck itself rolls very well on its own. And modern figure, he has the hands tucked away. They're still visible, but they're tucked away a lot better than the original, which is stuck out the back. Has really good molding detail in here. There's gold inside this bit on the grill. Nice silver for the headlights. Ignore my sloppy paint. Nice grill. I put panel liner in there. You see the super mode head instead of a circuit board. Not a whole lot of detail on the bottom. Gold here. Removable Autobot logo here to reveal a 5mm port. 5mm port there. One on each of the rear flaps. In vehicle mode, you can use the hands as well. Also 5mm ports on the rear of the truck, which doesn't have, it has molded detail, but you can't really tell if there's lights or that kind of looks like a molded fuel tank, to be honest. The back here has really good detailing. You have the muffler and the exhaust system running up through to the stacks, fuel tanks. The fifth wheel has a little bit of detail. It's a tiny fifth wheel. Nice silver on the cab. And that's it for vehicle mode. Now for transformation of the cab mode, it is quite simple. You undo these front pieces. They are on an armature like so. You fold this down. These two pegs go into that big square. Collapse all together. Slide that forward. Unpeg the arms. That tab goes into that slot. Straighten the elbow out. Bring down the sides of his chest where his shoulders are. It comes down on an armature. Rotate the fist. Unpeg this armature, spin it around. This small round peg will just swoop into that slot. Doesn't really lock in, it just sits. Flip up these panels. Flip out the toe. That peg that's right above my nail will go into that slot on the bottom of the super hand to help lock in the foot. And like so on the same side. Open the hip skirts. Unpeg these. Split his legs. And there is Armada Optimus Prime transformed. And as you can see, I couldn't resist but animating the original gimmick. You transform this version of Optimus and the trailer would auto-convert. Thankfully, the trailer mode does go into an easy base mode, but the base mode kind of sucks. In my opinion, it's just not a base mode. It's not armored very much. I mean, yeah, you have this here with the 6 rocket pods, these 2 big blasters, these 2 big cannons, which are blast effect compatible. But none of these other spots are, because this molding is just too big to fit in these holes. And you can put the fusion, not the fusion, ion cannon up top. It'd be cool if it would fit in that peg, but it doesn't. But you got 2 options to choose from here. Now, I think it should look at least angled this direction. You have cannons this way. You at least have cannons this way. This looks a little bit more super mode-y than that. Now, the core bot of Optimus Prime is a very nice update to 2003. Very, very nice update. Very good looking figure. Good gold. I did touch up the gold some here. It only stopped on the top it didn't go all the way around to the side. I added that with a Gundam marker, gold Gundam marker. This Optimus Prime is beautiful. It's got 90-degree elbows. You can rotate his fists. It'd be cool if he had opening fists, but he doesn't. That's the super mode gimmick. The arms can rotate a full 360, unlike Megatron. Shoulders can come out this far, still do a rotation. He has bicep rotation, which is nice. His head is on a ball joint. He can look up some, look down, side, wiggle, wiggle, rotate, full 360. He's held together by a screw, so if you want to alter the head or anything, you don't have to pop it off the ball joint. You undo the screw and then take it off. He's got very good sculpting detail on his head. I love the yellow eyes. Yellow Eye Prime's superior, all others inferior. Beefy tires still. Legs can go this far forward. They can move out to the side due to the hip flaps. Move the back flap. And then go all the way back. He has a knee bend, 90-degree knee bend, thigh rotation. The toe can pivot. Keep this in camera, actually. Toe can pivot up, pivot down. He has an ankle rocker, which is nice, and it doesn't move the hand. That one doesn't want to stay through because on mine, this armature is warped. So it doesn't actually stay in place where it should. This armature is not as warped and it stays in place better. Like I can tap it, it's not moving. Same force. But yeah, ankle tilt is nice. Due to the way he transforms into super mode, there is no waist swivel. But this Optimus Prime has something that very few figures have. Period. Due to transformation, this Optimus Prime has an ab crunch. With the chest tabbed in, you really only get one click. But if you untab the chest a little bit, you can get a pretty deep. See, and it really doesn't really break the mold either when he does it. So I don't know if that was an engineering goal or just a byproduct of the way he transforms, but the ab crunch is fucking awesome. Yes, monetization is worth losing just for ab crunch. Arm-mounted blasters are blast effect compatible. All four of them. And his ion cannon fits nicely into his hand. And it's also blast effect compatible. The evolution gimmick is you take his arm pieces off here and they peg on to the side of the ion cannon. Which, you can get a quad barrel blast, but it just doesn't really have that cool effect. Okay, that looks a little better, actually. Just don't have him shoot from that side, and that looks like a super mode blaster a little bit better in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Do to yours as you wish. In the super mode, you halfway convert them back into truck mode. Bring your shoulders up. Rotate these forward for now. Leave that up like that. Take his legs, fold them down, rotate them so the wheels oriented like this. Split it, and it will butterfly out. And these two slots will focus. We'll take these two pegs. So you rotate the fists. Fold the arm like so. This will rotate up into place. Bend the elbow in an unnatural formation. Tap that together. Drop his arm. Same thing on this side. Rotate that up. Once you get here, take the peg, put it in the slot. Make sure the shoulder pauldrons all tab together. Fold his arms down. While we're back here, go ahead and fold up his super mode head. Now, as you're bringing up the head, you want to split the shoulders a little bit because those two gray little nubs of a tab will fit into slots right lined up with it. And that will lock in the head so it don't fall down on you. Something like that should have been used on Earthrise Megatron. Fold out the ear flaps. Take his legs. Fold the toes up. Rotate the fist through. What was his heel spurs will tab into those empty vacant holes, locking that in. Come to the back of his arm, take the toes, fold them down to fill in the gap. Open the panel. Now you have to fold the toe at least to here to get it to go through. All right, well, maybe just a little bit further. You just have to fold the toe to get it through the hole, otherwise it will not fit. You go ahead and bring this down. Tab that together. And there's the top half of super mode. Go ahead, bring these in to right here and leave those there for now. And once again, the trailer auto-morphed. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. His super mode legs, they're legs in a backpack. To combine the two, you had to take his grill section and slide it into those assemblies in there. Let me rotate the arm out of the way so you can maybe see how I do this. There we go. I got it in there. Once you get it in there, take this red panel, you can see that slot, there's a tab on both of these little armatures. I just peg in there to help secure the chest. Now, that slot and that slot, we'll take these I just noticed that. Ah, he's got releases. I just noticed that. This whole time I've been brute forcing him. Okay. So go ahead, fold these up, push these buttons in that I just now figured out after 4 or 5 times of doing this. And he just pushes down real easy. And if you want to take them apart, hit these clips and it should untab him. Much easier. I have done this 5 times, I think, on camera, and I just now figured that out. That is cool. Now, Armada Optimus Prime in his super mode is tall. If I had my camera angled up a little bit higher, you could probably see my lights. Now, my copy, this armature is warped, and it does not like staying where it should. But besides that, I have no issues with this figure whatsoever. He's got a big, beefy backpack. Not too sure about the tracks being visible here. But he's got a duster coat appearance. Big fist. The fists do rotate full 360, but because of how wide they are, they can clip the armature when the thumb comes around of the wheels and moves it out of the way. But the fingers open up on the hand along with the rotation. He has a bicep swivel on both arms, 90-degree bend of elbow, full 360 on his arms. They can even come out like this. Although, if you're rotating his arms, it's best to do it at the pauldron. Otherwise, it will easily come undone. His arms can even go up and still have most of the degree of movement. The head's on a ball joint. Rotate all around, look up, down. Oh, let's get his head in here. There we go. He's got nice molded detail on the head. Triple layer face mask, yellow eyes, gold crest, gold ear wings. Nice molded detail on the top of the chest. Molded detail back here to fill it out. Rocket pods, which all of these are blast effect compatible. If I can get it in the hole. Some fit tighter than others. That mileage may vary. He's got a big truck for a chest. The hip flaps have a lot of molded detail in there. Come on, focus. Thank you. A lot of molded detail. Got a big duster tail, which is nice. If you want more articulation on the legs, though, you have to untab it. These 2 tabs go into those 2 5mm ports, but fold that up. Will allow his legs to go back that far before it starts hitting back here. Move the hip flaps out of the way. Now you can get that much movement. He has a thigh rotation. Move his crotch plate out of the way and you can get that much movement. Almost as much as you get backwards. He has a knee bend, which 20 years ago did not exist for this because of the gimmick. It's on a nice heavy ratchet. He has ankle rotation, and this foot does have some filler plate, but not all of the gap is filled. The toes do not go down, but they can go up due to transformation. And his heel spur can go down if you need it to for stability reasons. He's a big, beefy robot. Big, beefy robot. Word of warning. The gap there for the legs, does catch this tab quite often. The tab just fits pretty much right in there. So if you have these all the way down and try to move his legs out, they will get caught and it will not let his legs move. But if you want to make him look like the classic Armada Prime, you can do that. Fold that down just a little bit more. And classic Armada Optimus Prime, no leg articulation. Display it however you want. Now he can hold his ion cannon in either of the hands because of that hole. On the original 2003 toy, this arm had electronics in it. You hit a button up here on the shoulder and a light in this hand would light up through the gun and make it look like he was firing. But they got rid of that for the 5mm ports and blast effects, and I like that better. But that's the super mode. Give me a moment and I'll get a couple comparisons up. Here is Super Mode Optimus Prime with Megatron, with fellow Autobot Hotshot, and with the grand, glorious Starscream.
If you've made it this far in the video, I thank you for your patience. Now it's time to grade each mode on a scale of 1 to 5 fish. Super Mode by itself gets 4 out of 5 fish because he doesn't have blast effects on his shin cannons, which is a shame. With everything they did with this figure, you couldn't put a blast effect peg on the tip of the cannons. The official configuration of base mode gets 1 out of 5 fish in my opinion because it's very unimaginative. However, due to playability, I add 2 fish to this score because you can get some wicked configurations out of this thing. Base mode gets 3 out of 5 fish. The posability alone on the core bot grants him a 5 out of 5 fish. The only thing that sucks, he doesn't have opening hands. So how does the Transformers Legacy Evolution Armada Universe Optimus Prime rate on the Fishometer? A solid 4 out of 5 fish. It's a shame this figure lacks Minicon ports though. And last but not least, the box art. The front of the box has beautiful art and logos out the ass. The left side of the box has all sorts of artwork of upcoming figures for the wave, obligatory product shots and how many transformation steps each mode has, and some cool artwork of Optimus Prime transforming on the right side. This has been Fishy 22.8, logging off. Catch you later, wicked peoples.
Where'd you aim it?
Butthole.